Hi, I'm LiamK500. Today is November 26th, or Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving today of 2020. Now, what if you wanted to go to Thanksgiving, but your state governor said, get back in your house? And now, what are you to do? Because you cooked 64 turkeys. You cooked 64 Thanksgiving turkeys for your extended family of, I guess, like 1,000 people. You're going to meet them all in the big mansion and have a Thanksgiving party, but now you can't. You can't. And these turkeys, they go bad by tomorrow, okay? You have to eat them now. But how are you going to eat them? How are you going to start eating these chickens? You just ate all of the pies that you made. You can't even get started on the first one. Well, see, I am a close personal friend of Minecraft Steve, and he talks of more than just his dealings with Sakurai, okay? He talks of what makes him hungry, and I know that nothing makes Steve hungrier than stacking 100 chickens on top of each other and then just touching them. Just touching the chickens. As you can see, I am touching, and oh, look at that, just like magic. I start losing the hunger, just like I'm not moving. I am doing nothing that should be taking away my hunger bar, but somehow the power of the chickens, they just magically make him hungry. I guess he just really likes KFC. Yep, and now you can finally get through all of the turkeys. You can finally eat all the turkeys with the magic power of chickens. But this is not fast enough, okay? You just got a news update. It turns out they go bad after the next hour. Oh my gosh, how am I going to eat all 64 of these entire turkeys in an hour? Well, luckily, only one thing makes Steve hungrier than touching 100 chickens stacked on top of each other. Well, technically 25, because I guess they're like 25 in each corner. Which is touching 100 chickens on top of each other on ice. Yeah, baby, look at this. Now, he is gonna get even hungrier, even faster, okay? Oh my gosh. It's killing him. He's losing hunger so fast. How is this happening? How is this happening? How is he losing hunger this fast? He's not moving. He's not doing anything that should take hunger away, but somehow he is losing it just at Lightning McQueen speeds. But see, the chickens, they don't like touching Minecraft Steve. As you know, Steve never changes his clothes. They're disgusting. Have you ever seen Minecraft Steve take off his clothes? Unless you met one of those people on Mineplex. You probably didn't, okay? He never changes his clothes. So the chickens are getting angry, and they're gonna pick him up, and they're gonna throw him, okay? Boosh! Oh my lord, they threw him like 2 blocks. Holy crap. Remember, there are only 25 chickens in this corner. There are just 25 chickens here. Imagine what like 1,000 chickens would do. I'll tell you what they'd do. They'd launch him around 100 blocks. Like really, really far away. They would launch him extremely far away. But, you know, luckily, there is something that can bring Steve and the chickens together. Even though they've had their differences in the past, there's always something that unites Steve with the chickens, which is making pressure plates go down. They love making many, many pressure plates go down magically without touching them. You can move left to right a little bit, get some more. I'm trying to get the yep, as you can see, I got the pressure plates on the side to go down even. Just using voodoo black magic to make pressure plates go down. The chickens and Steve can always get down with that, okay? And they can even do it over here. The same thing's it's less powerful. The ice just makes everything more powerful with the great Steve and the chickens combo, because as you can see, the last couple pressure plates are not being pressed down here when over here they are in fact being pressed down. So I think it's finally time to tell you, as I snarf down these turkeys before they go bad, I think it's finally time to explain to you what's going on here. So, you know entity propulsion, where back in an old version and also in 1.9, if you play the new versions in 1.9 and all the versions past that, they have put entity propulsion back in the game, which pretty much means when you touch a bunch of entities at the same time, they're going to launch you. Although this is patched out in 1.8, it isn't really fully patched out. It's kind of patched out, but it's only patched out on the client side. The server side still launches you, which is why you saw the pressure plates going off. On the server side, you were being launched into those pressure plates. But because the client side controls where Steve is, client side always has the final say over Steve's motion, unless he goes through a block, in which case the server side will then overpower the client side and set you back to where you were. But the vast majority of the time, the client side has all the power over where Steve goes. So the server side is launching Steve constantly into those pressure plates, which is pushing the pressure plates down, because that's what the server side does. And this explains why you lose hunger, and this explains why ice makes it more powerful. Ice means you get launched farther. This is because you have less friction with the ground, which it means the chickens are able to launch you so much farther. However, this also explains why pushing this block into you will launch you, because when Steve takes damage, the client side and the server side are synced up. The velocity of Steve is synced up between the client side and the server side. I'm not entirely sure what this patches out, but the server side has the say over where Steve goes when you take damage. This means that you're able to stack a bunch of entities on top of each other. They don't have to be chickens. Chickens are just the easiest because you can hatch them out of eggs, but they can actually be any entity, and you can just fire a player. You can just launch a player, thousands of blocks. This is only 25 chickens. This is absolutely nothing, trust me. With the press of a button, just by dealing that player a tiny bit of damage. Look at that. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Entity propulsion is actually still in Minecraft. It was never correctly patched out of the game. So you can still make player launchers based on entities. You just have to damage the player somehow to get them to launch that whole distance. So that explains what I was doing. This isn't something I invented or discovered, I guess. This isn't my discovery. Zagoo, Cellulance, and Sandcarn all knew about this. I'm not sure who discovered it. And I'm only making a video on it because I've discovered more things about it, like it taking away your hunger. I've never seen anyone use it to do that. Oh yeah, and the reason for that is because Minecraft thinks that you're sprinting away at very high speeds. Minecraft thinks you're sprinting at like Mach 10, and it's going to start taking your hunger away because the server side has control over your hunger bar. And it just thinks that you're sprinting forward and backward and forward and backward a million times because it just keeps launching you, and then you keep returning to your original position. But yeah, that's a really cool thing about this game that I think should be common knowledge, and not many people know it. So I made a video about it to just get it out to as many more people as I possibly could. I'm going to finish these 64 cooked turkeys before the hour runs out. Of course, I'm not actually going to do that. And goodbye. Have a great Thanksgiving.